So I am back. Thank you so much for coming back here. Bring my microphone a little closer. And listening to this, I have a chance to kind of share my thoughts on the market. Most of the people get a lot out of it. My name is Orzhel. I'm a broker owner of Realty. We are here in San Marcos, and we have a pretty excellent track record as far as delivering for the seller and getting more money than they can get any other way. And we have been continuing to do this for many, many years. Like I said, 23 years experience. Hopefully you can get some information, even if you don't want to list with me, but you should, so you can actually use it with your agent of choice, right? And you'll have information on how to check it and how to make sure you understand exactly what you're getting into. So this is the 25th of September. We're coming to the end of September. Seems like New Year's was not that long ago, but anyway. So let's start from the beginning. So my newsletter is out, and let me pop it up here so we can look at the same thing. So my newsletter is out, and we kind of talk about the headlines. Look, there's a lot of headlines, a lot of noise out there. With so many people at this point, so many people, wanting attention. They're going to tell you a lot of garbage, a lot of crap, a lot of BS that really is nothing. Like you've probably been hearing people clamoring about the market falling and the bottom falling, and the market is going to go down, and blah blah blah. And let me just put it to you this way: this is nothing more than complete bullshit. Okay, and here's the reason for that. In order for the market to do this, have a major correction, two elements are a must. Number one is you have to have a lot of people in financial hardship. That's number one. Number two, and very significant, is the fact that people have to be upside down. Because when they're upside down, they cannot conventionally sell the property, right? They need to either do a short sale or allow foreclosure to take place, right? Now, if people have financial distress, which can happen, right? People lose their job, or for example, maybe they're getting divorced, or I don't know, maybe somebody got sick unfortunately and needs the money to take care of their medical needs. As you know how expensive this stuff can get. Or actually, one more thing, we have people who are on fixed income who have, who see their payments go up because of obviously taxes. Sometimes their HOAs have gone up a lot. They have special assessments. And to add to that is they see their insurance, homeowner insurance, have gone up a lot because some people are paying 2-3 times the amount for the insurance. So they're in a bit of a squeeze. But again, even in that situation, they can sell. They have equity because 40% of the people in the county are free and clear, meaning no mortgage at all. A majority have some kind of equity, right? Small amount that don't, they're not going to impact the market. So please throw this shit out. There's not going to be a crash. We do have fluctuation. Interest rates drive the market. As rates go up, a lot of times we'll have a little less people in the pool. As rates come down, we'll have a little more. But all in all, it kind of equalizes itself. So I'm trying to slow myself down because sometimes I speak too fast and I don't even understand what I'm doing. So the next thing, like I said, mortgage rates. Talking about mortgage rates really quick. Mortgage rates have dipped slightly. Has nothing to do with the Fed, because the federal government, the Fed rate, the drop, a quarter point drop that we saw in a Fed rate was really what the Fed charged banks, if that's how much they charge the bank to borrow money. Most of the mortgages go off a 10-year yield or bond, and that's what 10-year bond, that's what they use actually to calculate that. And there's other factors, what if they think there's a recession coming, if they think there's some kind of other issue coming. So they always are forward looking. That's why by the time that quarter point came in, the markets have already priced in a long time ago. It's not going to make any difference, haven't made any difference, etc. What are we seeing in the market? We're seeing in the market things that are priced well, correctly priced, correctly positioned, and have good agents behind them, sell well, quickly, and get top dollar, right? Things that sit on the market for more than, let's say, 10, 12 days, usually sell for less than they could have. I brought this to you many, many times. I'm bringing it again because I'm not sure how else to, tell you. I might have closed this out. But like I said, you only have so much time to sell the property. So when you hit the market, this is the absolute highest amount of money you can get for the house right there. Your perceived value is at the top. The longer you stay in the market, the less becomes your perceived value, right? And if you stay on for 2 weeks plus, either you're going to have very little showings, or you're going to have people coming at you that even like the house because they think something's wrong, and obviously nobody else paid for it or bought it. They're going to come and lowball you, okay? And at some point you may say no, 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 but your agent's going to come back to you and say, hey, the market changed, we need to lower the price, and you're going to lower the price. Yes, I know you think you're not going to, but you're going to. Now, I don't do this. I haven't had a price reduction probably for the past 5 years, because we usually get above what we ask for the home. We know how to use the market. We don't let the market use you. We know how to use the market. We know how to be able to pull all the most motivated buyers in, show them the home at the same time. And I'm talking about buyers who are pre-approved, pre-qualified, because we don't want riffraff in your house, right? I don't want that. I don't want to waste my time, because every time you have to show it, obviously you have to get out of the house. You got to get the kids and the pets, whatever you have, get the house cleaned up, make it showable, and get out. And what happens if somebody doesn't want to come? They drive by and say, oh, we're not going to see it, right? Total BS. You don't need this. That's why our program not only allows you to sell your home in the first week it's out, first weekend, right? We only show it for a couple hours Saturday, a couple at most, usually 90 minutes on Sunday. That's it, right? And we get all the buyers pre-approved to come in at the same time. What happens? We increase urgency. We use the fact that there's more interest built, right? There's competition and interest. And we have something that's called social proof. Social proof is crucial in anything that's being sold. When people see that other people want something, their interest for it rises. So we understand psychology very well, social psychology, including the consumer psychology, and we use that to your advantage. Very few people actually do that, right? In fact, the majority don't. And that's why you probably have seen it in the newsletter, and people call me, ask me about it. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you here. Let me show it to you really quick here. So this is it. This is the big graph, right? 0, x-axis time in the market, and the y is interest. This is your best time to sell, right about here. Everything else, perceived value drops. You have to reduce price. You start chasing the market. You really want to stay away from it. Now, why do we offer this right here? Sell your home at your price, so I'll pay you the difference. The reason for that, I want to be accountable. There's a lot of agents that make promises, right? They tell you what you want to hear because they want to secure the listing, get you locked up. But the point is, they're lying to you. Well, yes, it's unethical, but if they need the money more than you need the money, that's what happens. And the problem is you lose, right? You lose. Because what happens is, let me show you one before we get into the market, right? I'm going to show you this property right here. Doesn't matter who the agent is. I just happen to pull it up. You can go to Zillow. And right here, I'm going to make myself a note here. I'll put up a video for you to watch. I've go through the process of how you can check out the agent. Right here, you can see that the property was listed for sale at $1,149,000, right? Then about a little more than a month from that, price shipped to $1,075,000. What is that? About $75,000, something like that, right? And they closed, so that's 75 off. Let's look at another one. Right, another house. I'm just going to pull it right off Zillow, right? Listed for sale, $1.5 million. It went pending fairly quickly. 12 days at 1.5, but it closed at 1,000,004, right? That's 100,000 off. So two things matter. And the reason I want to bring this up is two things really matter. It's time in the market and understanding how to use this time in the market properly, because not all agents will negotiate for you. Not all the agents will do the best for you, because look, I look at the MLS all the time, multiple listing service. I see agents putting crap like this in private remarks for me to see. Seller motivated. Seller already bought another. What do you think that tells the buyers, right? I would never put something like this in any kind of remarks, right? All it tells the market is, or the agents, that, hey, this guy really needs to sell, right? It's not a good thing that happens, but we see it all the time. So let me switch back real quick here. Let's look at one more, right? Price, let's see. This is originally priced at $1,950,000. About a month later, we went down $1,895,000, right? Then we have contingent, meaning they took an offer that somebody needed to sell their house. At the end, they sold for $1,785,000, right? What is that? $950,000, about $200,000 less, more or less, somewhere in the ballpark. So the point I'm trying to make, it doesn't matter where you are in price, right? It's really important that you have good skills, right? If you're going to hire an agent, it's a business decision. Don't just hire someone because they tell you a certain price. Make them guarantee it. If you know, or look at their track record or do something, because it's very easy to lock up a listing only later to do it, right? You already know what I do. If you go to in72.com, look at my reviews, you're more than welcome to do what you need to do. So let's jump back to the market. Okay, so the market's stable. Discovery Hills really quick. Like I said, Discovery, I put them both together because ultimately they're very close to each other. You know, we have about four that are, let me make myself a little bigger, smaller. So we have 3 that are pending right now, Honeysuckle, Kennedy, and Revere, right? Reserve. Yes, see? Original price, list price, everything's, no price change because they all were on the market for only 5 days, 4 days, 5 days. That's it, right? However, if you look at homes that have been in the market longer, you're going to have major price reduction. And it doesn't matter. It's just something that happens. You can't. Like this one right here, right? 90 days in the market, $1,250,000 asking price. It closes 1.2, 50,000 off. So all I'm saying to you, and I don't even look at the concessions, because a lot of times when buyers not only get a price reduction, they're also going to ask you for concessions to pay, maybe for a buy down for the loan, for crazy repairs. And that brings me for another subject, and that's something you have in the newsletter. I talk about getting the home ready. Something we do for our clients is we make sure the property is inspected. Do a pre-listing inspection. Now, we have a special rate with one of our guys because we give them a lot of business. We get 50% off. Sometimes I pay for it. It depends on the situation. But bottom line, know what buyers are going to find out to use as leverage to lower your price. Okay? Let's get the inspection. Take care of the things you feel you should take care of. Right? And now when the buyer's inspection comes in, since they already know everything about the property, they can come back and say they did not know something and ask for some kind of a concession. Plus, we don't want to do this. We don't want to have a fallout. We don't want to go back in the market. All that reduces because there's a lot of cancellations. I'd say about a good 30% of property that go into escrow fall out. This is what we avoid. We try to get rid of the variables, right? Again, make sure you protect yourself. Unfortunately, a lot of unethical agents there, a lot of hungry, they're not making enough money, they're going to tell you whatever, promise the world. It doesn't matter. Look at their stats, right? Look at their stats. And I'm not talking about how many homes necessarily is sold, because that's not as important as how they do for you, how well they do for you, right? Because as you saw, and like I said, you'll have a link, or you had a link, I'll do it again here, where you can actually see, go to Zillow, take a look and see what the agent's track record looks like. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I want to cover. By the way, the only thing I'm going to bring up, if you do want to look and see what's sold in your area, because a lot of people like that, I want you just to bring this up to you. So if you go to the back of the flyer that you're getting, newsletter, in the back of it right here, it says there's a QR code, right? I give you some highlights here. But if you can scan this, you'll see everything that's sold in this immediate neighborhood. Same thing for Discovery. Because I can go through it. Obviously, 2020 is great. But I want you to have the power to be able to do your due diligence. Okay? Again, I guarantee your home sold. I guarantee you're going to get the top dollar. You can get it sold in one weekend, get multiple offers, get quite a bit more for it than you can any other way. And, well, as it's a fact, Jack. All you have to do is look and see. I'm not being arrogant. You know, I know what to deliver because, again, let me bring this one more time. Because a lot of people, like I said, they may be balking at it. look at Nordstrom's versus Nordstrom's rack. Nordstrom's, high value, people willing to pay high price, line up to get stuff because there is urgency, right? It's new, it's exciting. Give it a couple of months and the stuff gets sold to a wholesaler or ends up in Nordstrom's rack or Marshall's, and now you're discounted, and now you're basically attracting people who are bargain hunters. Now, if you want to do this, then don't call us. If you want to sell your home at its top dollar, then you want to call us, right? So I'm going to sign off with that. I think enough said. Again, feel free to contact me if you need it. I believe I have still a 7-question PDF that if you like, I'll give it to you, of questions you must ask your agent. Have them answer it, right? If they tell you homes sell homes, run. If they try to tell you they're going to get you X price and they're not willing to stand behind it, run, right? If they're trying to give you a discount and commission to have you list with them, run, because you can already see. You may save 1.5% on one side, but then you're going to lose 5, 6, 8% on the other side. Look, it's not my money. Obviously, you can do whatever you want, but I think you should be smart about what you're doing. You get what you pay for, right? Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Orzhel, Realty Max. I wish you the best next 30 days. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.